Hey, it's Vanessa, the Crafty Gemini. I post weekly videos right here on my YouTube channel, and in this video, I'm sharing with you my review of my JUKI TL-2010Q sewing machine. Alright, so let's jump right into this sewing machine review. This is my new JUKI TL-2010Q sewing machine. This is the newest model that's out right now. If you recall from some of my other sewing machine review videos, I recently purchased 3 new sewing machines. I got them all from a quilt shop about 2 hours south of me in Mount Dora, Florida, called So Many Things. I walked in there and Tim, the owner, walked me through a bunch of the machines, and I really fell in love with this one. I found out about JUKI because earlier this year in March, I went to Iowa to attend a quilting retreat, and I had to use a loaner machine, and it was actually the TL-98 that I was using at that quilt retreat. And it was very similar to this one. It's just an older model, but I was using it for 4 or 5 days, and I was like, I need to get a machine like this. Super high powered, super fast stitches, which I'm kind of a speed demon, and the newer computerized machines, they don't go that fast. Usually they go about 850 stitches per minute. This baby right here stitches 1500 stitches per minute. So if you need to get through something fast, you just need quick straight stitches, especially for patchwork and piecing, definitely check out the rest of this video so you can learn more about this machine. So I picked this one up from So Many Things, and I'll include a link in the description box for Tim's store if you're in Florida. Even if you're not, he ships all around the United States. He ships his machines anywhere in the 48 states inside the US. And so I'll include a link to that. So if you're interested in JUKIs, you can definitely hit him up. Now, let's talk a little bit about this machine. Go over the basics of what it comes with. It comes with an accessory bag with several different feet. I just have the basic piecing foot on here. It comes with a couple of different free motion quilting feet. It comes with this walking foot that actually I found that it's pretty chunky, like it's nice and heavy and solid metal. So you got your walking feet. There's a few other specialty feet there, but honestly, I rarely ever use them. I use the free motion quilting one and then the regular piecing foot in here. The machine is not computerized, it's a basic machine, and so what I mean by that is that it only does straight stitches. There's no zigzag, there's no hundreds and hundreds of decorative stitches. This is just a straight up workhorse, okay? For straight stitches and for free motion quilting, because for free motion quilting you don't need zigzags, right? We just want the needle to stay up and down stationary. I do my free motion quilting. If I do it on like smaller projects, I do it on this machine. It works great. The speed control is amazing. So let's get into some of the different settings here so I can talk to you about them, because it really comes with some great stuff, but it's just what you need, all right? So here we have our stitch length selector, and it goes from 0, which is usually what I keep it on when I'm doing my free motion quilting, and you can go all the way up to a 6. So that's gonna be a long basting stitch, all right? For piecing, patchwork stuff, I usually keep it around a 2, okay? We have a little pair of scissors down here, and that is your automatic thread cutter. So this machine will cut the threads automatically for you if you press that right there. And then it also does it at the foot pedal. So similar to the F600 JUKI that I reviewed in another video, when you press forward on the foot pedal, it will stitch. And when you just tap your heel back, it will automatically cut the thread for you. So if you're holding something here, you don't need to move your hands and hit a button. You can do it from your heel, okay, at the foot pedal. This machine also has a needle up, down, which is super handy. I usually will always sew with the needle in the down position, but when we're free motion quilting, I like to use the button and do the needle up, down to bring up that bobbin thread. So there's a lot of different uses for that. It has a nice, big, and easy to use reverse lever here for your back stitches. And then down here, we have our feed dog lever. So right now, it's pointing to the right, and that is for my feed dogs up. And when I do my free motion quilting, I switch it to the left and do my feed dogs down, all right? Aside from that, it has a nice long bar here. You don't only have to use the smaller spools of thread, you can also use a large cone up here. So if you're gonna be cranking out tons and tons of patchwork pieces, you can buy a more affordable, larger cone of thread and just go to town using that instead of loading a little one horizontally, like some of the other machines have, right? This has the tension assembly, and all the things up here in the front are very similar to an industrial sewing machine. So if you're familiar with that, this will be very easy for you to thread. If you're not, then you will definitely have to refer to the user manual, but it's really quite simple to thread. I have the thread coming from my spool here. It goes up here through a thread guide, comes through here and down through the tension disc, and then it's really like the up, back, down that every sewing machine has. So it's not that different. This machine also has an automatic needle threader. All right, so let's show you how easy it is to use the automatic needle threader on the JUKI TL-2010Q. We thread the machine normally, and then we come down to the needle here, and you can see there's one more thread guide, so I've already draped the thread behind it there. Notice the needle tip is super close to the foot when the presser foot is in the up position, so I like to put it down. Just make sure that you have enough thread slack out here that you can work with. So just put the presser foot down. Now I'm going to grab this lever with my right hand and bring it down. That's going to engage the automatic needle threader. And now I'm going to take with my left finger, I'm going to bring the thread over and under this little metal thing. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the camera shot. I hope you can see that. I'm going to bring it in and pull the thread all the way to my right side, pretty much under my right finger here. And then slowly I'm going to let go of this lever. And when I do that, you see the nice big loop that was threaded automatically right through the needle eye. One thing you may notice that's different from some newer machines is that it doesn't have a drop-in bobbin. Because it's a semi-industrial machine, it actually has a side-loading bobbin, a metal bobbin with a metal bobbin case. So it's real simple to install. We just set it up right on its side and pop it in here. It helps if you can look in there, but I can usually feel for it as well. Okay, so that's that for sewing. And then let's go over the extension table. This machine comes with this extension table. It's really handy. You can see under here it has these little feet that kind of just lay flat. So if you want to slide this for storage, you can do that. It also has a slot here, which it comes with, but I have it up in a box because I don't really use it. And that is that knee lever. So if you're sitting at a machine, and you may recall this from industrial machines, or a lot of the newer ones have it too, you plug in a bar down here and you can lift up the presser foot by swinging your knee out to the right or to the left, and it will lift up that presser bar for you without you having to reach behind the machine and do it. So it also has that. The machine obviously has a user manual which has tons of great information in here. And then it also came with a kind of it's like a, not soft but not a hard cover, right? It's nice and sturdy and nice and big. So for travel, you can use this over your machine. And I think that's it for the overview of what it comes with. Oh, another thing about this machine is that it's pretty thirsty. And by that I mean it loves its oil. So definitely check the user manual. If you're using the machine a lot like I do, because I love it, I use it every single day, I will usually come in and there's quite a few different spots that you need to oil and just put 1 drop of oil. So because it's a semi-industrial machine, the computerized machines that you see nowadays, they don't require you to oil them yourself, but this machine does, okay? So I find that it is quite thirsty, and usually if I'm using it every day, I will go in and put a drop of oil in all the designated spots. All right, so let's get started with some stitch quality, and let's see what this baby can do. I have it set to 2 at the stitch length, which is usually what I use for piecing. I have 2 pieces of cotton here, just your regular quilting fabrics. I'm gonna layer them up. Now, the machine comes with a 1/4 inch foot, but I find that I don't even use it. When I use the regular foot on it, I can use the edge of it and it gives me a nice scant 1/4 inch, but there's also the markings down here on the metal plate of the machine bed so that you can use whatever seam allowance you need. All right, so here we go, at full speed. I love the sound of that. The stitches are so nice and perfect. If you're doing strip piecing, you can just go to town on here. I just grabbed tons of my patchwork pieces and just one after the other, chain piecing them together, one after the other, and it goes by super fast. So that's at full speed. I'll put it halfway so you can still see it's quite fast. And I'm flooring the foot pedal. So that's the good thing about having a machine that has speed control. If I put it on the lowest setting and I still floor the foot pedal, it's only gonna go slow. So on some of the older machines or machines that don't have this kind of speed control, you may be stuck with controlling the speed based on how much pressure you're applying to the foot pedal. So on this machine, you don't have that problem. You can adjust the foot, the speed right here on the machine and then press the foot pedal to however fast you want it to go down. All right, so that was that. Now, this is what you use it for mostly, your patchwork pieces, okay? Now let's get into some of the bulkier fabrics. I'm not gonna get into stretch stuff because I don't really use stretch knits on a machine that just has a straight stitch. You want something with a little bit more give. But I'm gonna try some fleece anyways. We know fleece has a little give, but it's also bulky, so I want you guys to see. Here's 1 layer of fleece. I'm gonna fold it in half, that's 2. And I'm gonna fold it in half again. So 4 layers of fleece. And I'm gonna lengthen my stitch a little bit. So it's at a 3, and that is at about halfway of the speed. And you can see how much it tightened that and stitched it down. You can see how bulky the fleece is and how the stitches really came down in there and compressed that fabric together, okay? Next one, I'm gonna crank up the speed a little bit and see if we can do it with a little bit faster speed. Actually, I'm gonna crank it all the way up, why not? I mean, it's amazing. The thread doesn't break, the needle doesn't break, and it just stitches what it needs to stitch. All right, so now let's move on to the denim test. And you all know every time I review one of my sewing machines, I always put it through the multiple layer of denim test. And this machine, it's semi-industrial, so as you can already imagine, it's pretty hardcore. It's a workhorse. It's stitched through these 4 layers of fleece like nothing. And so we're gonna crank it up a few more layers of denim than I usually do. I usually will test it up to 8, but I think with this one we can go up to 12. And I'll show you exactly what it looks like and the stitch quality so you can see how good this machine is. I mean, I love it. I use it every day. All right, so here we have 3 layers of denim, so let's try that first. And my stitch length is about a 3. Full speed. Butter, so easy. So that's 3. 4, 5, 6, there's 3 more. Six layers of denim. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's add 4 more to that. So this is 10 layers of denim. I'm skipping 8 and going right to 10. And I don't even have to lift the presser foot up. It's like so chunky. It's right there. At full speed. And the needle didn't even pop on me. All right, so now we're gonna add 2 more layers to it to make it a full even 12. I'm not gonna stitch at full speed though. We're gonna take it a little bit slower because this is, I mean, it's barely fitting under my presser foot. Don't try this at home. But I just wanna show you what all this machine can stitch through. So let's take it a little bit slower. Amazing. 12 layers of denim. All right, so that's it. There you have it. A chunky 12 layers of a really thick denim. Actually, this isn't lightweight denim. It's from a pair of jeans. And it's stitched through all 12 layers like butter. So this is definitely a workhorse, my new favorite sewing machine. I hope you all enjoyed my review of the JUKI TL-2010Q. Remember, I picked up this machine at So Many Things in Mount Dora, Florida. You can check out Tim's website down in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you did, hit the video with the thumbs up below. Share it across the different social media sites, and don't forget to click the subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of my future videos. And remember, if you want to check out this machine in motion doing some free motion quilting, you can click right here and watch the full video playlist of my free motion quilting series where I use this exact machine. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.